Hi guys. I hope you're having a beautiful week. I'm Dr. Dana McGrady. I'm coming to you on this newsletter this week all about something that I see a lot of, hormonal weight gain. So hormonal weight gain is always linked to insulin resistance. Insulin resistance means as we age, our hormones get a little wonky, our stress hormone goes up because life is stressful. And when that happens, everything we eat turns to sugar, right? And so it makes you start gaining that belly fat, which for females is always cortisol. For men, the belly fat is always the liver, okay? So that's a key point to think about. So insulin resistance, I want to give you some simple tips on how to combat insulin resistance so that you don't gain the weight that most commonly do after age 35, okay? So insulin resistance and cortisol belly fat go hand in hand. I had a patient today that has just gained 5 pounds all in her belly, and it obviously has to do with her hormones, and she knows it, right? So these are just some things that I gave to her that I commonly give to patients, and I wanna give you some tips on things you can do on your own as well. Okay, number 1, digestive enzymes. I know I preach digestive enzymes all the time, and you guys hear it, but I can't say it enough. Why? Because in the US, our food tends to be inflammatory for our gut. We have more processed foods than anywhere else in the world. Our food is banned in 30 countries. And as a nation, we consume the highest amount of pharmaceuticals than anywhere else in the world. We consume 65% of the world's pharmaceuticals, and the pharmaceutical companies pay 19 times the amount of money on marketing than they do on research and making sure their products are safe. So that's just something for you guys to think about. Less is always more. I'm always working on helping my patients process their sugars better, process their foods better, absorb nutrients better, and break down their food so that it doesn't automatically turn to fat and inflammation, okay? So digestive enzymes are important because they bring down the inflammation after your meal. They also bring your glucose levels down. They combat insulin resistance, and they combat the belly bloat, okay? Which means flatter tummy overall. So if you want a flatter tummy, raise your hand and say I. Number 2, if you're noticing that you're having adrenal fatigue, adrenal burnout, that your adrenals are actually your stress management core, and they're tied to your thyroid. They're best friends with your thyroid, and your thyroid is actually the center of your metabolism. So if your adrenals are being taxed by the amount of stress in your life, your metabolism automatically goes down, which we don't want, right? We don't want that at all. So supporting the adrenals, supporting your stress management core will not only help the inflammation in your nervous system come down, so less anxiety, less nervousness, a calmer, overall happier life, right? But also the adrenals, when they're supported, they don't encourage the insulin resistance and the belly weight gain, okay? So for women, as far as bioactive products goes, what I get from my integrative medical lab, the Digestive P for your digestive enzymes before meals, your BioAdrene Plus is going to support your adrenals and bring your cortisol levels down to a healthy level. For men though, you're going to want to support the liver, right? So Liver Tonic 1, Dandiplex, those are good options for men. Okay, number 3. Habits for daily life, or for your daily life. So for the next 2 tips, they're going to be just things you can implement right now. If you don't want to add in protocol items, implement these in your daily life. Strength training. We know that exercise is anti-aging. We know that the biggest thing you could ever do to reverse the clock is to do 45 minutes a day, a mix of strength training, Pilates, and cardio. Okay, so just moving your body, getting that cellular turnover rate going. And so if you're adding in strength training, it's going to be helping to combat, not only bring down that stress hormone, release those natural endorphins from the brain, but also it's gonna help your body to speed up the metabolism and burn more fat. Okay, tip number 4, eat more protein. Add in more protein to every meal. You can do this with cottage cheese, with hard-boiled eggs. You can do this with lean proteins like chicken, fish, shrimp. You can do it with adding in Greek yogurt, non-sugar Greek yogurt. Always a good option. So add in more protein always. Try to aim for 100 grams of protein a day minimum. More is even better, but I feel like that's a good happy medium for most people, and they can try to strive for 100 grams of protein, because when you're eating more protein with your enzymes to break the protein down, you're getting amino acids, which are building blocks for the cells. It helps you not lose muscle and build muscle, but it also helps you burn fat and brings your glucose levels down. So these are some tips just for combating that insulin resistance, that hormonal weight gain. I have no doubt that you've got this, but I like to educate on things that I see all the time in my clinic, and this is something I've been seeing a lot of lately. So I will put the tips in the newsletter, the BioDigest MP, 1 to 2 before each meal, BioAdrene Plus, do 2 in the morning, 2 in the early afternoon, which is right where the cortisol starts to rise, and then you get that crash of sleepiness. So if you want to combat that and give yourself steady energy all day with a happy, peaceful heart, those are 2 products you can start to implement to get your body to lower that insulin or lower that glucose level and burn more fat. All right, guys, I hope you have the most beautiful week. I'm Dr. Dana McGrady. The door to the clinic is always open. We have some huge, exciting changes coming, and I'll be letting you guys in on all of the changes really soon. Okay, I hope you have a beautiful week. Bye-bye for now.